My favorite Brady Bunch episode is one called Her Sister's Shadow. In the episode, Jan is upset that all she hears about at school is her sister, so she steals all her trophies and hides them in the closet. As cheesy as the Brady Bunch is, I think that I always loved that episode because I related to it. Growing up, I always thought my sister Lindsay was better than me at everything, and I think that's just part of having an older sister. You could admire them and resent them all within the same day, but I would not change my experience. Before I really begin, I should say that Lindsay did her tribute speech on me when she was a senior, so there's kind of a little bit of pressure in my choice. However, in all honesty, I don't think anyone else has had a greater positive influence on me than her, and I could not have chosen someone better. Lindsay has taught me so many things and helped me through so many difficulties, and so this is my tribute to her. First, I will share with you just some fun facts about my sister. So Lindsay is 3.5 years older than me, and she actually just graduated from Lipscomb and moved to Chattanooga to be a kindergarten teacher, which is a job I could never do. That's a picture from her graduation. She's really good with kids and is probably going to be like the best teacher ever. I'm probably a little biased. I remember when I was 4, she taught me how to write my name in cursive, and then during our summer breaks, we would play school together all day long. She would always make me be the student teacher, and she would get to be the real teacher, but it's fine. She has lots of plants, she loves dogs, and she's a really, really good singer. We've been told that we should form a family band, but I think that we would both want to be the lead singer and also control like the creative direction, so we'd end up breaking up. But she's also really creative, and she makes these blankets and pillows that she puts on Etsy. Only my grandma has bought something because she made them really expensive, but they're still really cool, and I would totally buy one if I had the funds. She also makes really good Spotify playlists that I highly recommend you listen to. She has introduced me to so much good music that I never would have thought to listen to without her. I could probably share a million other things that she's incredible at, but it would take too long, so I'll move on to sharing some lessons that I've learned from my sister. The first lesson I have learned is to not take life too seriously. My parents are kind of serious people sometimes, and Lindsay always seems to be cracking jokes at the worst possible time, but that's what makes it the funniest. Rather than getting weighed down by all the serious stuff around me, my sister has encouraged me to find the humor in life. Second, Lindsay has taught me to not be a doormat to people. She does not let people boss her around. As a kind of people pleaser myself, I have learned to stand up for myself by watching my sister do the same, and knowing that she always has my back is helpful too. Third, I've learned to use my connections to my advantage. When I was in middle school, I used to get so mad that my sister had done things before me. All my teachers knew her, and all my friends were obsessed with her, and I felt like I had to work really hard for people to see me. However, I may have recently used her name when I was interviewing for scholarships at Lipscomb, or I was getting a job this summer. She maybe is giving me her job that she had in Nashville. So I've learned now that your sister's shadow can be a good thing, especially if your sister is awesome. I could spend the rest of my time talking about some of the crazy stuff my sister has done. Like one time she microwaved paper mache. She almost caught our deck on fire a few times. And most recently, she tried to vacuum my dog's puke, which was an experience. However, I think that I would much rather talk about how she has been there for me through thick and thin, even when it wasn't easy for her. Lindsay has been through her own share of hard times and trials, but she's always there for me when I have mine, which is an incredible picture of sacrifice. I think that she really loves to talk, but she still chooses to listen to me. She moved away when I was 14, but I feel like that's allowed us to grow closer. Whenever I felt lonely, I would call Lindsay. Whenever I had a funny story to tell, a new song to share, or like a cute video of a dog, I would call Lindsay. And when I went through my lowest lows, I would always end up talking to my sister. She gives me advice because she has been where I am, and she gives me hope because I can see that she made it out alive. I would not be who I am today if it wasn't for her, and I would not be able to take on this next stage of life without knowing that she is there for me and believes in me. To conclude, my sister Lindsay is an irreplaceable person in my life that I'm glad I don't have to struggle through life without. So to Lindsay, thank you, I love you, and I can't wait to see where the future takes us. Thank you.